guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am here with the amazing Cynthia Corder, and we're going to be talking about her journey into real estate. And if you don't know, she's an amazing luxury agent. And so we are going to be just talking about things that she experienced and advice for you as a new agent. So Cynthia Corder, take it away. Introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you so much, Rose, for having me. It's exciting to be here at Avio Creative in your studio. It's just so neat. Yeah. So what can I tell you? I'm just blessed to be here as your team lead.
Yes.
Girl.
Yes.
She's
Cynthia
amazing.
is my team lead. I'm on the Corder team, and we as a team believe that luxury is not just a price point, it's a service. And I think that that is definitely something we will be talking about at some point today
100%.
for sure.
Yes.
But I want to hear about your beginnings and what made you decide to get into real estate in the first place.
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because I've been wanting to tell or share this story for a little while. So I've been in the business. I got licensed in 2019, right before the COVID blow up. So I came in at a really good time. It was great. But the reason why I got into real estate and how I made it in the business to be able to last past a year, which most agents don't last a year.
Yeah.
So I made it through that. But so I was a personal trainer when I first moved to the island, and I was training my broker. And, you know, just talking with her, she hired me for her social media.
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that funny? So I came on to be her social media, and then we really hit it off. She's one of my dearest friends now. And so she was here on the island for 20 years or more. Phenomenal person. We both loved the Lord. We had similar connections. And so she brought me on as her social media, moved into an unlicensed assistant. And she had a lot of foreclosure properties that she was doing. And so she just needed the help. She was busy. And one day I went to her, Rose, and this is what I told her. I sat down all professional at her desk, my friend, but still, she's a businesswoman. I said, okay, I would really love to get into real estate. I want to show so much value to you that you offer me a job. I will work for you for 2 weeks free. I will be here at 8 a.m. Whatever you need, I'm there. And after 2 weeks, if I don't provide value, no harm, no foul, I will just continue doing what I'm doing. But I want to be in real estate, and I want to be mentored by somebody who has experience like you.
Yeah.
And she jumped at it.
Yes. Amazing.
So there it was, about a week and a half in. I was like, why did I say 2 weeks? But I'm glad that I did. And at the end, the rest is history. She brought me onto her team as a brand new agent. And that was really the secret sauce.
And she really took you under her wing.
Well, I kind of tucked myself up under her wing is what I really, because she was busy. She was a busy broker running a brokerage. And so where she was, I was. And I was in her, literally scooching my chair over. If I'm too close, just let me know. I put it on speaker. I just want to hear how you negotiate.
Yeah.
I want to hear how you talk. I want to see how you do contracts. And where she was, I was. I mean, I'm putting gas in her car, offering a ride. I'm moving my desk in her office. If this is not okay, just let me know.
Yeah.
But because she didn't have time to train me, she didn't have. It was me that needed her, not her needing me.
Yeah.
So I didn't wait for an invitation. I saw what I wanted, and I put myself in position. Proximity is power. And if we can get you in the right rooms around the right people, anybody who is doing anything worth of value is busy. We're all busy in our own personal lives, but in business and in real estate, you have to be out there and hustle and grind. And so you've got to just get in where you fit in.
And I love that you said that, because sometimes as a new agent, newer agents, even if they're coming into EXP or any brokerage, there's so many little things that you don't learn in the tests
at all,
or in the classes.
99% of it you don't learn in the class.
Yeah. You come out and you really have to find someone and tag along and really force your way in there. Or if you're going to be a solo agent, watch a lot of videos, watch a lot of YouTube videos on and train and get trained.
Yeah.
If you know that you're one of those people who needs to be around people in order to get things done, find a team.
That's me.
Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah, I'm an inspiration. Hi.
Yeah. What do you remember most about your first year as an agent?
What do I remember most about the first year? I remember there was a lot of tears.
Same.
My mantra, Cynthia, just don't cry in the office. Go wait until you're in the car. Wait till you're in the car.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to cry in front of everybody, but I really had to swallow my pride and get rid of the ego. And starting a new career at this later stage in life, which so many real estate agents do.
Yes.
It's a second career.
Yeah.
And it's not, I want to say this too, it's not, oh, I don't want to start over at this time. No, it's beginning again. It's starting again. And everything that I learned in my previous careers, I've used.
Yeah.
You use. It's all
the problem solving,
all of it.
All of it.
Yeah. So just a lot of tears and not knowing what I'm doing and doing the bad reps. Anytime you're doing a workout program, you have to learn the form. So you can't learn the form with the weights on the floor.
Yeah.
You've got to actually pick them up and try. So I would do YouTube videos, but at some point I have to get off of the bench and into the game.
Absolutely.
And fail forward and just keep people around me that will keep me from, falling into the ditch. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I would, I would just lean on my mentor, like in everything.
And here's the thing, guys, for most brokerages, you are the one interviewing the brokerages, not them, right?
Exactly.
So when you're interviewing for a brokerage, interviewing brokerages, keep in mind, what does their mentorship programs look like? What is the best fit for you? I know with EXP, we have a mentorship up to 3 deals. And then even after that, you're connected and you're with your mentor all the time. So if that's something you're interested in, or if you have more questions about that, please feel free to put it in the comments and I can possibly connect you with the right person. But I wanted to ask you, because this is one that I feel like this is one of those areas that when I was building out the questions specifically for you, I thought to myself, man, there was so many things. What was something that surprised you about being a new agent that no one warned you about?
What was something that surprised me? Well, I didn't know any agents that would share their beginnings, their life, like how it started at the beginning. And it might have just been, I was around somebody who was just, 20, 25 years seasoned in the business. And I wasn't asking the right questions. That's probably it. And I was comparing my year 1 to her year 25. And I'm, I should have just, stepped back. But I wish somebody would have told me that this career, and I get emotional about it, girl, because it will change the trajectory of your life.
It will.
That's what it did. I had no idea the goals that I would be able to reach. I had no idea. Of course, I've always been ambitious. You have to be a self-starter and ambitious. And even to get yourself in the right rooms, you really have to have the courage, and just sit there and smile and just put yourself in the uncomfortable places. But I had no idea that I would actually make it, and I would be in it 6 years later running my own team. And I just didn't know the effect it would have on me. I hoped, of course, but I had no idea. It is 100% game changer.
Yes, absolutely.
A to Z. Mm-hmm.
I would say the same, because I worked in social work for many years in the nonprofit realm for 16 years.
Same.
And then to come over into real estate and basically be able to be at every one of my children's functions
Priceless.
And work my tail off, but have an amazing purpose, right? And
it
helping
is still
people.
Purpose.
It is still purpose.
Yeah.
And I love how specifically in our team, we have this inner monologue that, or even our team says it all the time, is that our goal, yes, the money is there, but the money will follow when you're doing good things with people and you're helping people.
Yeah.
And that's how we view real estate on our team. We're helping people.
It's service.
It's service.
It's customer service.
It's customer
That's
service.
exactly
and
right,
then the
Rose.
money will follow. But it's about the people.
Mhm.
Because each house that we sell, each house that we rent, every person who's going through foreclosure that we're helping trying to get a quick sale done, like these are all people who have a story, right? They
have it's their life.
Their life, and some of the money that they're getting from their home is their retirement. And I mean, it's about the people. And so, yeah, I love that. I love that you said that. What's one mistake you made as a new agent that actually helped you grow?
Well, I learned to stay in my lane real quick. I think I've shared this on another podcast before. I think maybe on my podcast. But I'm always extra. Our service, I think you were going to talk about this. We're a luxury team, but it's a service, not a price point. And that is just innate in me. And so I'm extra. So I was hosting an open house. Wasn't even my house. It was my mentor's, of course. And so it needed a golf cart because we had to get over to the pool and the, amenities, but it was too far to walk. And so I rented a golf cart for the open house.
That is so cool.
It was great. And I hadn't even sold a house before. Funny story, I ended up selling that house, the very first house, to the buyer that came in the open house. So
wow.
I am sold on open houses. But regardless, a couple things happened with that house. So hit the garage door with that golf cart. And ended up costing me $600, right? And I called Lynn. I have to call her. Lynn, this is what happened, my mentor. Yeah, $600 later. And the golf carts were the trash cans were in front of the garage door. And I was like, you cannot have curb appeal with trash cans in front of the garage. So I moved them around. First thing the seller said was, what happened to the trash cans? Why'd you move them? Oh, $600 later out of my pocket. Yeah. And then the same house, got it under contract. I fell through the roof. Stay in your lane, Cynthia. I went upstairs after the inspection in the attic, right?
Yeah.
And I stepped just for a second on that sheetrock.
Yeah.
I kid you not, my foot, I didn't fall physically. It was just my foot and the insulation. And it was, again, I have to call. Now I don't go to inspections. It's not my lane. I do not go up in attics. I do not touch. I don't break anything. I don't break anything. I learned my lesson because you can be too extra. So you really have to be careful and know your lane and what your lane is not, because you'll get yourself in trouble. And we learn that in the classes, but.
And I love how you said that, because the truth is that when you're your new agent, I know that I was extra. I would go to every single one of my inspections, and I'd sit there for 4 hours and let Danny walk around and do all the things. And I'd be like, "Is everything okay, Danny? Is everything okay?"
Taking notes on everything.
Danny's
He's like,
next time, Rose, come at like 30 minutes before it ends.
That's the hack. That's the hack for the new agents. You don't have to sit out your whole day. Come before and after, and then good to go.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, now, why did you choose luxury?
I chose luxury because my mentor sold foreclosures. And I was in foreclosures all day, every day. And it was not for me. Because it's really process of elimination sometimes. And you have to find, there's so many lead sources, there's so many opportunities and home styles. It could be commercial, apartment complex, multifamily, single family homes, beach, canal. There's so many. So I really, through my path, I wanted to find a farm. That's what they told me. Find a farm where you want to sell. So I did that in a neighborhood that I really like. And it was luxury. The foreclosures had me crying on the side of the road. There was just a lot happening. And the foreclosures, you would have to literally put a family out on the street.
Yeah.
I mean, You knock on the door, you have to go. That I did not want to do anymore.
Yeah.
It was not for me. And I was the one having to do that.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that. I like to work with the second home, the disposable income. And it just seemed like a better fit for me. And then I tried it and I was good at it.
So for newer agents who don't really know where they would start, what would be your recommendation for them?
So my recommendation would be get on a team. Don't walk, run. Get yourself connected to some like-minded people, because Rose said that you are interviewing the brokerages 100%, absolutely. However, the brokerage holds your license. The brokerage is there every month to get their, desk fee or whatever. And then have online classes. You get with somebody who wants to learn, who wants to train, and often that is a team lead.
Yeah.
And the team lead will have some skin in the game with your career, and you succeed, they succeed.
They also offer you a lot of opportunities.
Lot of opportunities if you make yourself available.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the, in my opinion, one of the best lead sources is doing open houses. And if your team or if your brokerage has the type of homes, try out the different type of homes. See what level of home or what type of home, or whether it's a community, whether it's a condo, what is your niche? What is something that you're going to enjoy doing, and get in there. Also, make sure that the numbers make sense. I think we always talk about the numbers.
We talk about that too. You have to start somewhere. So get off the bench and into the game and start doing something. Yeah. Like us, it was process of elimination. I saw this, I did it. I made, money on my first year. I made $30,000 just in rentals because my mentor owned a property management company.
Yeah.
And so that was an in for me. I'll go show anything, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
And I was hungry and I would show up. So
I love how you say you were hungry, because sometimes as a newer agent, you're hungry, but you don't know where to start. I think your story is so beautiful because you said, no, I was just forcing myself into the space. I knew I wanted this, and I was gonna make it happen. And that's the kind of fire that makes for an agent who's going to last, right?
Absolutely. You really have to have some fortitude, perseverance, and some ambition. And here's the thing to ask yourself. Do you have more hunger than your mentor? Your mentor, your leader, whoever, your team lead, had better have just as much hunger as you do.
Absolutely. I love that. Okay, let me ask you, because now we're going to go into advice for agents. I think we've been doing that the whole time.
Great. Okay, yeah. That's a great segue. Good.
If you could sit down with a brand new agent on day one, what's the first thing you tell them to do?
Make a list of 100 people. Who do you know? Who do you know? Because if you're a secret agent, nobody is going to know, and your cousin or your mom will end up hiring another agent because they don't even know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they don't want you to be a guinea pig on them, so they may do that first. But here's what you have to do. You have to make it known that I'm a real estate agent, and get out of your head. You went to school, you're the professional, and put down a list of 100 names. Who do you know? It's called a SOI, sphere of influence.
Yes.
You write them down, and you just do that first 2 days. Yeah. Sit down, here's a pen, do it. You can do it in your phone or whatever. Third day, fourth day, fifth day.
You start reaching out.
Pick up the phone and call every single one of them.
Yeah.
It's like, what? And then put them in your CRM, and you let them know, hey, do a little script, get it from Chat GPT. You have that. Hey, it's me. How are you doing? Well, I just want to let you know that I'm in real estate now, and I'm part of this is where you can leverage your team that has experience. I'm part of a, XYZ team that is selling XYZ homes a year, and I just wanted to let you know can I put together add value? Can I put together a market analysis? And of course, your team lead, or
yeah, we'll show you. Absolutely.
We'll show you how to do that. And
as a new agent,
takes 30 seconds.
Yeah. And as a new agent, keep in mind, you will have a mentor with any brokerage, right?
Yeah.
One of the key things to also remember, guys, check in the videos here. We have the first 90-day video walking you through what you need to do the first 90 days, 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, sign up with Rose. Like, she is a great mentor, leader, coach, trainer. And keep in mind, we can move on, but you're a salesperson. A real estate agent is a salesperson. And so you must sell. And selling is a skill. And if you come from social work, I was on staff as a pastor on a church, you know, you have got to learn that skill of sales, and it's really just customer service and adding value. Yeah, absolutely. And I love that. I love that you talked about the SOI, the sphere of influence, because on my behalf, like my first year, most of my clients came from my sphere. And I know that in my story, that my sphere of influence actually propelled me into where I was going, right? And I know that maybe you're in a new neighborhood, maybe you're a college student in a completely new town. Watch that video. There'll also be tips for you to be able to start circle prospecting or whatever in your neighborhood. Okay. And so then, Cynthia, next question. Yes. What habits separate agents who make it from those who quit? Because I mean, within the first 2 years, it's 80%. 80% of agents quit in the business because they can't make it. Like, if you're not selling, you don't get paid. This is a commission-based career. And if you can only last so long on savings until it just isn't viable career for you. So you really have to start getting an income going. So so the daily habits is putting a schedule together and doing it without compromise at all. Monday through Friday, you set an hour of power and make calls. Yes, and I was gonna say that. And get on a team. Like, we do it together. We just turn on our Google Meet. We mute our phones, and so we're all, you know, it doesn't matter what we look like right now. We're doing phone calls, you know, so we're just making calls, and it just keeps us accountable. And I don't know if you're providing like the spreadsheet or whatever. No. You start making those calls and set appointments. You want to make calls and set appointments and go out to those appointments, and then keep a tracker of how many calls you made, how many appointments, how many you set. As a new agent, sometimes we as new agents aren't aware of like the numbers. We just know that we need to make the calls or we need to do open houses to get people, right? Yes. But keeping track of your numbers shows you what your turnover is, right? You get to see in real time, how many people do I call to book an appointment, right? Right. And as you're learning, you're booking appointments more. And it gets, it's like almost like a game against yourself, right? You're like competing against yourself. Yes. And so it is really important to keep your numbers. And yes, I am going to be offering good a data sheet. It's very helpful, because where do you start? Okay, I'll do my calls. I'm getting who am I calling, right? Yeah. So that's where your sphere of influence comes in, and that's where you have to, you know, keep the promise to yourself. You know, I heard this quote the other day from a podcast that he said, you're the one who speaks to yourself most every day in your life. Mm-hmm. You had better make sure you don't lose respect for yourself. Yeah. And we lose respect for ourselves when we have a goal or a desire, and then we just keep not showing up for ourselves. And why bother, right? And then we get in our head and just start spiraling. Mm-hmm. So it's great. First of the year, whenever you see this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the first of the year. But if you get an inner drive, okay, I want to do this career. This is it. I can't tell you, Rose, how many conversations I've had with people, because it changed my life so much. Yeah. And I was the least likely. absolutely.
Mm.
I have this conversation with so many agents, and I was actually having a conversation with somebody the other day. And after I hung up with them, I told them I was, going about my way. And then I remembered like a handful, like 5 agents that I had the same conversation with, and they are rocking and rolling.
Yes.
And I called that person up and I said, these people,
Yeah.
they were having this conversation a couple years ago.
Yeah. And what's cool is that, especially now that we've implemented the power of hour with everybody,
Yes.
everyone's producing.
It's a game changer. Everyone is producing.
Everyone is
We doubled.
We doubled
From last year.
From last year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 2 listings this week.
I love it.
Because
I know.
I was doing the calls, right?
You're doing the calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just love that. Like, if you're doing the work and to be able to be a team lead and hear everyone's story and hear very similar stories, and then you see the ones who really don't have the fire and the ones who really do, and watching them and their journeys, it can be very like, wow, it's eye-opening. It is very eye-opening. I know I experienced that here recently where I was just like, wow.
It's very neat. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't want it more than somebody else,
Yeah.
I want to see everybody succeed, but if you have to have that innate drive, because this is a commission-based, you're a business owner. And if you don't get up every day and turn your open sign around, you're
no one's going to come in. Yeah.
Not going to be in business long,
Well, I love this because this goes right into the next question. What's something that you see new agents just wasting their time
on? Learning.
Really?
Learning. Well, here's why, right? Procrastination.
Yes.
Procrastination. So I'm going to do another class. I'm going to go over here, do this class. I'm going to go, and you're going to title companies, you're going to classes, you're at Champions. At some point, you've got to get off the bench and into the game, and you better start talking to some real live people, right?
So yeah, I love that. I love that because my first year,
of course we're going to learn, but on the job training is what you really need, because you don't even know what you're going to need to know.
I know that when I first started, I would watch one podcast in the morning while I was getting ready.
Exactly.
But that was I was done after that. I was getting out there. I was meeting clients. I was door knocking. I was doing all of the things.
All of it. Yeah. And implement, right? So in the morning, learn something and then implement it. Or if you tried it, you're like, oh, okay, let me go learn a little bit more about that and I'll try it again.
Yeah.
So yes, there's office time and to learn, but you can't just be hunkered down. You can't prepare for everything until you're even in it. So you might as well just get going and get a couple closings on the books. Closings mean payday. As soon as somebody moves in, that's when you get paid. You don't get a cent until somebody gets the keys.
Yeah.
And so until then,
I love that. And I love that you started with rentals, because I remember people saying, hey, Rose, do you help with rentals? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I started there.
Yes.
Like, I started helping people find rentals. Then a landlord found out that I was helping and I was an agent. He asked me questions. I ended up renting one of his houses, then selling 2 more of his houses. And
it happens like that.
But don't be shy to put it on Facebook, Mario. Hey, I'm an agent. Anybody looking to rent? I can help you find a house.
Yes. And you may not have known. I didn't know before I became a real estate agent that I could call an agent and, help me get a rental. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Don't stay there, but it's a ramp into the business for sure.
I love that. Okay. What keeps you motivated? I've always wanted to ask you that.
Really?
What keeps you motivated?
Know personally? Yes.
Yeah. After all these years in the business,
Mm-hmm.
Seeing all the ups and downs of the business,
Mm-hmm.
what's kept you really motivated?
You got to really tap into the why, okay? Because things come and go. Of course, this is a career, so we do have to have, financial income. But if that is it, then that's a real empty driver. It's the lowest form of motivation. But purpose is the highest form of motivation. And my purpose has really changed in the last couple of years. I've been very involved in certain nonprofits, even ran my own nonprofit for a long time. now my desire is really to see women out of lack, containment, and poverty thinking, not just women, people, to get them out of that scarcity mindset and into an abundant mindset.
Yeah.
Because we are absolutely limitless. And so that
Yes.
my passion
Yeah.
is mentoring. When I get around our agents at team sales meetings, I love working with a team. I'm a team person. I'm an
Yeah.
office person. I am not
I am too.
one. I think we learned
Yeah.
that really early
I'll
on
be like, I'll
between
be
us.
at the office at 6 and actually have scheduled to be there this evening so that after my open
I
house,
love that. It's
because I know that I need to go and I need to print things and my kids are going to be with me. They can go sit on the couches and I can just work.
yeah.
But I love to be in the office as well.
At home, I'm home. At office, because we had office jobs. We were 9 to 5 employees.
Yeah.
Like we cut our teeth on that. And
Yeah.
so that's where I'm productive is
Yeah.
there. And, there's all walks of life. But yeah, I really like to be around people. I don't want to do this alone. I want to have a team. And so iron sharpens iron. I believe that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to walk this career path alone. So that's why I've started a team, honestly.
That's pretty cool. And just so you know, from last year, 2024 to 2025, we doubled in business.
In volume, yeah.
In volume.
In
And in
numbers.
agents.
45 and 24 deals. 45 deals, 99. We almost hit that 100.
Oh.
Like if we would have hit that 100, like I would have went and got the big balloons or something, 100. But and at the end, like you don't know because we had a closing on the 23rd. So you don't know when it's.
And you know what? One of my deals
99
was supposed to close in December and then isn't closing until February now.
I had one too.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I mean, it's a very it's a wild ride. It sure is.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Cynthia, for joining me. And
you keep me going, Rose. That's what it is.
Oh, thank you. But before we go, I want you to give one last piece of wisdom to someone who's watching here today.
Okay, one last piece of wisdom.
What would you tell someone who's watching this today?
Yeah, I would tell you just to get out of your head and figure out what makes you tick, and you're worth it. You are worth it. Doesn't matter what has happened in your life. Doesn't matter what stage of life you are in. I started this career when I was 50 years old, and I never, ever would have thought I would have started a new career at that point in my life. And get out of your head and get back in the game and reach your goals. And so you can do it. Believe in yourself.
Yeah,
that's it.
You can.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Cynthia. And you guys have a great rest of your day.
Follow, subscribe, this one. Stick to her like glue. Thank you. I'm so proud of you.
Yes. And that's it.
That's it. It's a cut. You can cut that 50 out.